Picture a noblewoman's final silent gasp, her body trembling as a hidden poison seeps through her veins, a secret so dark it could unravel a queen's reign. Welcome to the silent betrayal of Alice Chaucer, Duchess of Suffolk, confidante to Margaret of Anjou, whose loyalty in the Wars of the Roses ended in a mysterious death in 1475 that left England whispering in shock. What if the real horror lies not in battle, but in the chalice offered by a trusted hand? This isn't just a tale of treachery. It's a puzzle that will grip your soul, urging you to uncover the truth behind a royal friend's fall. Step into the shadow-drenched courts of 15th century England with tales of torment, where we peel back the layers of a plot so insidious it could change your view of history. The poison vial looms, its contents a mystery. Will you stay to solve it? Don't turn away now, for the story you're about to hear will haunt your every thought until the very end. In the chill of February 1404, a child was born into the bustling wool trade of London, a city of commerce and cathedral bells. Alice Chaucer, daughter of Thomas Chaucer and granddaughter of the famed poet Geoffrey Chaucer, grew amidst the clatter of looms and the rustle of parchment. Her early years shaped by a father who rose from merchant roots to royal service. With auburn hair and a keen intellect, Alice learned to read and write by age 6. Her lessons guided by tutors who instilled a love of literature and diplomacy, her beauty a quiet strength in a world of men. By her teens, she married twice, first to John de la Pole, then to Thomas Montague, Earl of Salisbury, its union elevating her status. Now, widowhood at 30, leaving her a wealthy heiress with estates in Suffolk and Lincolnshire. In 1430, at 26, she wed William de la Pole, Earl of Suffolk, a rising star in Henry VI's court. Their marriage a bond of ambition and affection that tied her to the Lancastrian cause. As Duchess of Suffolk, Alice wielded influence, managing vast lands, hosting lavish feasts, and advising William, whose loyalty to Henry VI and Queen Margaret of Anjou made him a key figure in the Wars of the Roses. Margaret, a French princess, married to the weak-willed Henry in 1445, found in Alice a steadfast ally, their friendship forged in the chaos of civil war. Alice's counsel guiding Margaret through rebellions and court intrigues. In 1450, William's assassination by a mob at Dover, blamed on his peace efforts with France, left Alice a widow again, her grief a public spectacle, her resolve strengthening as she took up his mantle. She supported Margaret's regency during Henry's madness, her home at Elm, a haven for Lancastrian plots, her letters to the Queen, a lifeline in a kingdom divided. Yet her rise sowed envy, her wealth and proximity to Margaret drawing the ire of Yorkist lords, their whispers of betrayal a shadow over her loyalty. A chronicler wrote, Alice's grace was her shield, her bond with the Queen a thread that held a crown, yet fate wove a darker design. Alice's influence peaked in 1455. Her role in Margaret's court, a beacon of hope amid the First Battle of St. Albans bloodshed. She negotiated with nobles, her diplomacy a dance of words. But the Yorkist rise under Richard, Duke of York, cast a pall over her efforts. Her son John de la Pole aligned with York, straining her loyalty, yet she clung to Margaret. Her home, a fortress of Lancastrian resolve. The wars to lost estates, fleeing allies tested her, her spirit unbroken as she faced the shifting tides. By 1461, Margaret's defeat at Totan forced Alice into hiding, her estates seized, her name a target. She endured in secret, her letters to Margaret smuggled through loyal servants. Her faith in the Lancastrian cause a flame in the darkness. Her wealth dwindled, but her bond with the Queen remained, a thread of hope in a war-torn land. By the mid-1470s, the web of betrayal began to tighten around Alice Chaucer. Duchess of Suffolk, her once secure world unraveling in the shadows of the Wars of the Roses. After Margaret of Anjou's defeat at Tewkesbury in 1471, Alice retreated to Ulm, her Suffolk manor a refuge amid the Yorkist triumph under Edward IV. At 71, her auburn hair now a silver crown, her body frail from years of stress. Alice clung to her Lancastrian faith, her letters to the exiled Margaret a lifeline of hope. Yet the Yorkist court, led by Edward and his brother Richard, Duke of York, saw her as a lingering threat, her wealth and influence a thorn in their side. Her son, John de la Pole, Earl of Lincoln, had shifted allegiance to Edward, his marriage to the king's niece, a bridge to power.
Ow.
Leaving Alice isolated, her family divided against her. Whispers of betrayal grew, courtiers suggesting John conspired with Edward to silence her. Their motives tied to her estate's Ulm, Wingfield, vast tracts of fertile land prizes for a consolidating Yorkist rule. In 1474, Alice fell ill, her symptoms subtle at first: nausea, a metallic taste. Her hands trembling, symptoms chroniclers later linked to slow-acting poison, perhaps arsenic slipped into her wine or food by a trusted servant. Her household, once loyal, grew distant, her cooks replaced, her meals scrutinized by unseen eyes, the air thick with suspicion. Margaret, now in France, sent desperate pleas for Alice's safety. But communication faltered, her letters intercepted, her Alice's fate sealed in silence. John visited rarely, his eyes cold, his words evasive, fueling Alice's dread that her own blood had turned against her. In 1475, her condition worsened, her skin yellowing, her breath shallow, her attendants noting a bitter scent on her lips. Yet no physician dared challenge the court's will. A chronicler wrote, Alice's loyalty became her chain, her son's ambition the poison that stilled her voice. Alice's isolation deepened, her manor a prison of mistrust. Servants whispered of a sealed vial, its contents a gift from John, their loyalty wavering as Yorkist guards patrolled. Her letters to Margaret grew frantic, but none reached their mark, the betrayal a web that ensnared her every move. Edward's court watched, their silence a tacit approval of her end. The priory at Ulm became her final sanctuary, its walls echoing with her coughs. John's visits ceased, his absence a dagger in her heart, while Yorkist spies lingered, their presence a constant threat. The poison's grip tightened, her allies gone, her betrayal a silent shroud over her fading life. In the spring of 1475, Alice Chaucer's silent poisoning unfolded at Ulm Manor, a death cloaked in secrecy that stunned the remnants of the Lancastrian cause. At 71, her silver hair framed a face etched with pain, her once graceful frame reduced to a trembling shell. Her breath a labored whisper that filled the manor's quiet halls. The nuns cloaked in gray tended her with hesitant hands, their prayers a soft chant against the wind as Alice's body betrayed her. Her skin turned a sickly yellow, her stomach convulsed with violent heaves, her eyes sunken with a terror she could not name. Chroniclers later speculated on poison, their quills hinting at arsenic ground into her evening broth, or belladonna slipped into her wine. A method favored by those seeking a discreet end, its symptoms masked as age or illness. John de la Pole, her son, had motive her estates, her influence. Her lingering support for Margaret threatened his Yorkist alliance, her death a convenient silence to secure his rise. No autopsy was dared, her body hastily prepared by fearful attendants. The manor's kitchen scrubbed of evidence, fueling whispers of a familial hand. On May 20th, 1475, Alice's last breath came, her attendants noting a final shudder. Her hand clutching a rosary, as if seeking divine escape, her face frozen in a silent scream of agony. The nuns buried her in Ulm's church. No grand tomb, no royal mourners. A resting place, a modest slab amid the cloister's gloom. John arrived days later, his expression masked, his presence a formality that hid relief. His court buzzing with rumors of a poisoned draught delivered by a loyal retainer. Margaret, exiled in France, wept in silence, her confidante's death a blow that weakened her cause. Her letters to Alice's kin unanswered, their bond severed by treachery. The manor's air grew heavy with ghosts, locals claiming her spirit lingered, her curse a shadow over John's new power. A chronicler wrote Alice's end was a whisper of poison, her son's hand hidden in the mist, her legacy a ghost that haunts the roses of Ulm. Alice's decline drew hushed visitors, their fear of the curse palpable. The poison's effects lingered, her attendants noting a bitter taste in her last meal, their whispers pointing to John's orders. The manor fell silent, her death a secret kept by trembling hands, the Yorkist triumph sealed in her fading breath. The church bells tolled faintly, marking her end, but no justice followed. John's rise continued, his mother's demise a stepping stone, while the Lancastrians mourned in shadow. Ulm became a place of whispers, her silent poisoning a tale that echoed through the ages. Alice Chaucer's silent betrayal left a scar on England's 15th century history. Her name a whisper of loyalty and loss that outlasted her unmarked grave. Edward IV seized her estates, their wealth bolstering Yorkist power. Yet her death fueled Lancastrian whispers, her plot a shadow over John's rise. No shrines rose for her, no songs sang her early grace, but her story spread through courts and villages, a warning of trust betrayed by kin. Her bond with Margaret, a pillar in the Wars of Roses, faded into legend, her influence a memory crushed by Yorkist triumph. The poison plot, though unproven, lingered as a tale of intrigue, its echoes reaching beyond 1475, a caution for queens and their allies. Alice Chaucer's betrayal was more than a death, it was a silent unraveling of a duchess's devotion, carved in poison and sealed by her son's ambition. Her final shudder at Ulm, the bitter taste of treachery, the shadow of Margaret's loss, haunt history's corridors, a testament to a lady's fall that will captivate you to the end. From London's wool markets to the Priory's gloom, her life was a tapestry of loyalty and betrayal, her demise a chilling echo that lingers in royal shadows. Her tale, a hidden horror, burns bright amid the darkness of the past, a mystery that demands your stay. Crave more spine-chilling stories of royal torment. Subscribe to Tales of Torment now, and dive into our next video about the gruesome fate of a medieval outcast. Don't miss a moment. Hit that bell icon to stay notified. Share this with history enthusiasts, and let's explore the past together. Was Alice poisoned by John's hand, or did fate deal the final blow? Drop your hottest theories in the comments, engage with our community, and help shape the next dark tale. Join us in the shadows where history's whispers await your discovery.